What's going on? It's March 30th, and here are the reverse line movement picks of the day. So reverse line movement is a great way to see where the sharps or the professionals are putting their money, and you can tell this easily by line movement throughout the day. So let's go over some normal line movements. So for this game, for example, with Grizzlies going up against the Magic, you can see how a majority, or 66% of the betting action went towards the under. So whenever one outcome is favored over the other, the line will adjust to even it out. So in this case, for example, the under was favored, and so the line dropped from 208 to 205. And then same thing here, right? It opened up at 225.5. The under was getting most of the action, so then they dropped the line a little bit to 223 in an effort to make the over look a little bit better. That's how normal line movement works, and this happens for every league, for every game throughout the day. But reverse line movement is the backwards of that. So look at the Bucks versus Hawks, for example. In this game, it opened up at over under 226.5, with 84% or the majority of the betting action going towards the over. So even though the over was already favored at 226.5, they dropped the line to 223, making the over look really appealing. And that doesn't make any sense. You know, you expect this number to go up, but instead they dropped it down a little bit. Well, the reason they do this is because the sharps have money on the under. And what bookmakers are hoping is that, okay, if the sharps like one outcome, but the public likes the other outcome, why don't we continue to make this outcome look as good as we can? That way, if it loses and they want this one to lose, then, you know, they don't have to pay out 84% of the bettors. They only have to pay out 16%. And so it becomes a profit move on their part. But seeing reverse line movement like this is a great way to see where the sharps are putting their money. You don't have to follow them if you don't want to, but for me, it's a good reference point. And so in this game, you know that the sharps are going with the under. We have some hockey as well. So let me find today's game. Let's see. Okay, it's going to be Red Wings versus Panthers tonight. So this game opened up at over under 5.5. And then 75% or the majority of the betting action went towards the under. And so even though at 5.5 people loved the under, they bumped the number up to 6.5, making the under look even more appealing. And that just tells you that at the opening line of 5.5, sharps really liked the over. So it's a good little reference point. And then we have one more game today. It's going to be college basketball, Illinois versus Connecticut. This game opened up at over under 155.5, with 77% or the majority of the betting action going towards the over. So even though at 155.5 people loved the over, they dropped the number down to 154.5, making the over look really appealing to the public. And that just means that the sharps have their money on the under. So I hope this serves as a good little reference point for you as you're making your bets. Again, you don't have to tail the sharps if you don't want to. And also keep in mind that these numbers are going to shift throughout the day. So just, you know, make sure you're getting good odds and a good opening line and a closing line. That way, you know, you're not taking too big of a risk. But that wraps it up for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.